Everyone thinks the National League MVP race is just a coronation for Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani was better than Babe Ruth.
50 stolen bases.
But you can't really see him.
He's unbelievable. He's the best to ever do.
But what if I told you the biggest superstar in baseball, the guy with 36 home runs and a contract value worth $700 million, might actually lose the National League MVP this year? And the player chasing him isn't a fellow superstar, but a 23-year-old rising star who's been quietly outplaying him in ways nobody's ready to admit. Start of 2025, there was no debate, no controversy, and no underdogs in sight. It was Shohei Ohtani's world, and the rest of the National League was just living in it. A 3-time MVP, a $700 million global icon, the face of baseball, and the kind of generational talent that only comes around once if you're lucky. With 36 home runs, a .275 average, and an OPS knocking on the door of 1,000, Ohtani wasn't just leading, he was dominating again. It felt inevitable, another MVP locked up by the summer. But then, Crow-Armstrong happened. A 23-year-old with a glove made of gold, wheels that don't stop, and a flair for the dramatic. He wasn't on a single preseason MVP shortlist, not a headline, not even a whisper. But as the season unfolded, something wild began to take shape. Quietly, subtly, and then suddenly, he started outplaying the king. And not just with bat flips or box score flash. He was changing games, saving runs, and having clutch moments. PCA didn't just enter the MVP race. He's forcing the baseball world to rethink everything we thought we knew about it.
Pretty well struck. Crow-Armstrong back and he reaches out.
He's batting .270. He's launched 26 home runs. He's swiped 28 bags without blinking. And now he's second in the National League in WAR at 5.8. That's not just impressive, that's ahead of Shohei Ohtani. Just let that sink in. The youngster is outranking the MVP favorite in the stat that matters most, 5.8 to 4.7. This isn't just smoke and mirrors. It's not a hot streak, and it's not a fluke. Crow-Armstrong is doing it every way you can win a baseball game, with his legs, his glove, his bat, and a relentless motor that never cools down. Diving catches in center, stolen bases in clutch innings, opposite field bombs when the moment demands it. He's not just waiting for the spotlight, he's stealing it every single night.
It's back on its way. Go!
This isn't just a clash between two players. It's a battle between eras, the established king versus the fearless newcomer, Hollywood versus the hometown hero, one defined by expectations, the other fueled by defying them. And the scary part, this doesn't look like a fair fight anymore, at least not for the reasons we thought.
Hernandez watches, bye-bye Crow-Armstrong.
If you wanted to design two MVP candidates in a lab, you couldn't have come up with more opposite players than Ohtani and Crow-Armstrong. They're the perfect contrast, pure power versus pure grit, and that's what kind of makes this all so fascinating. Ohtani is everything you'd expect from a Hollywood superstar. He hits baseballs like they've personally insulted him, already launching 36 home runs with a slugging percentage over .600. His OPS plus is an elite 175, and he barrels nearly everything he swings at. Every at-bat feels like a spectacle. StatCast loves him. 59% hard hit rate, 22% barrel rate, numbers that frankly scream superstar. PCA, on the other hand, is all about hustle and heart. While his 26 home runs and .555 slugging are impressive, it's his 28 stolen bases, diving catches, and relentless energy that stands out. He's already made more highlight reel catches than most players do in their whole career. His outs above average leads the league, and his WAR at 5.8 proves his all-around value.
It's gone!
You could argue Ohtani plays to dominate the scoreboard while PCA plays to dominate the field. Ohtani's moonshots bring crowds to their feet, but PCA's sliding catches take the air out of opponents' lungs. One shines under the bright lights, and the other grinds in the dirt. And both, in their own way, are forcing voters to ask, which kind of greatness matters more? You know, if you look back at the first 3 months of the season, Ohtani was the undisputed star in the league. He was literally untouchable. His power numbers were ridiculous. His OPS hovered near 1,000 consistently, and every sports talk segment already had him penciled in for MVP number 4. But something's kinda changed since the year split in half. Since mid-June, PCA has gone on an absolute tear. And he's not just closing the gap, he's arguably taken the lead. His 5.8 WAR is second only to Aaron Judge in the NL, while Ohtani's has plateaued around 4.7, barely squeezing in the top 5. But it's also not just WAR. And if we're keeping it real, PCA has been hotter in every measurable way the past 6 weeks. In June alone, Crow-Armstrong went off. 6 home runs, 12 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, and multiple walk-off moments that sent Wrigley into chaos. He's become the heartbeat of the Cubs' playoff push, flipping games with both his bat and his glove. Every swing, every catch, every stolen base, it all feels like a statement. Meanwhile, Ohtani's numbers dipped just slightly. Still elite, yes, but for the first time all year, he doesn't look untouchable. Now, this probably boils down to preference in terms of what you want an MVP to embody. Do you want an Ohtani-style MVP? Or do you want a more rugged PCA style? Either way, PCA is the top boy in the advanced analytics circles. Baseball nerds and casual fans are geeking out over his defensive runs, base running value, and clutch metrics. If it keeps going like this, it's gonna be record-breaking. Ohtani's superstar aura is still strong, no doubt, but MVP races are won on what you're doing now, not what you did in April. And right now, PCA's arrow is pointing straight up, while Ohtani's is leveled off. The scary truth, if this momentum keeps up, Shohei could find himself chasing the young star, not the other way around. Now, we gotta acknowledge the fact that baseball isn't just a numbers game. It's a mental grind, and when it comes to the 2025 MVP race, the pressure on these two couldn't feel more different. For Shohei, the weight of expectation is immense. He's not just a player, he's a global icon, the face of baseball, and the owner of a massive 10-figure contract. Every at-bat, every slump, every slight drop in production is scrutinized by millions. And when you already got 3 MVPs, anything less feels like failure. That's a pretty brutal mental burden. Meanwhile, Pete's playing with house money. Nobody expected him to even sniff the MVP conversation this season. Every home run, every stolen base, and every diving catch is just more proof that he belongs and more fuel to his fire. There's no pressure to live up to anything, cause no one put him here to begin with. I mean, you can see it in the way they carry themselves. Ohtani, while still brilliant, seems depressed in big moments this year, perhaps feeling that the MVP is his to lose. PCA, on the other hand, is loose, fearless, and thriving in the spotlight. Every game looks like an opportunity, not a test. In the end, freedom can be a powerful weapon, and that might just be PCA's biggest edge of all. We all know MVP voting is as much about the story as it is about the stats. And right now, the narrative heavily favors Shohei Ohtani. For years, Ohtani has been the ultimate MLB headline. Every swing, every homer, every highlight gets plastered across ESPN, social media, and international news. And for good reason. He's an unmatched talent. But here's the question that needs to be asked. Are voters too obsessed with his story to notice what's happening right under their noses? We've seen it before. When writers fall in love with the idea of an MVP, they stop looking at the numbers objectively. Some voters might already have Ohtani's name written in ink. Others might feel Ohtani fatigue, quietly wanting a fresh face to shake things up. That's where PCA comes in, the underdog with the stats to back up his case. But he doesn't have the media machine behind him like Shohei. He's not in national commercials, he's not breaking international streaming records, and not getting every swing dissected on talk shows. And it begs the question, if PCA keeps outplaying Ohtani, will voters even see it, or has the narrative already decided the outcome?
And Shohei obliterated!
Awards like MVP aren't won on spreadsheets alone. They're won in the moments that take your breath away, and both Shohei and Pete have had those moments this season. The kind of plays that stick in voters' minds when it's time to cast a ballot. For Ohtani, it's been the fireworks. Every single home run has been a firecracker. He's been hitting with insane precision, the best in the league by a mile. Picking out one performance as his best this season will be a disservice to the incredible work he put in. His highlight reel is a greatest hits collection of power, grace, and superstar aura. I mean, just look at that 441-foot home run for his 35th this season.
The starting pitcher hits a monster home run. He is out of this world.
The commentator was right. He is out of this world. But now he's got PCA firmly on his heels. And while Ohtani might be the most incredible hitter we've ever seen, PCA moments don't just shine, they save games. Remember when he went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 stolen bases versus the Dodgers earlier this season?
Back at the warning track, it's into the basket and gone.
Now that's how you turn up when the stakes are high. PCA loves the dirt. He thrives on it. And if he keeps this up, there should be no argument about who's more deserving of MVP. But the real question is, which matters more to voters? The towering homers that make jaws drop, or the gritty clutch plays that seal the win? Just ask yourself, which moment gave you chills? That just might tell you who deserves your vote. Just imagine the headlines the morning after. PCA steals MVP from Shohei, the youngster who wasn't supposed to be there, dethroning the biggest name in baseball. And if PCA actually wins this race, it would be one of the most disruptive MVP outcomes in years, and maybe the most inspiring. For the Cubs and their fans, it would mark a new era. PCA would instantly become the face of the franchise, a symbol of grit and determination over hype. Kids everywhere would start emulating his defensive hustle and all-out play style, proving that you don't need to be a global celebrity to be great at baseball. For Ohtani, it would sting, but it wouldn't diminish his greatness. If anything, it might push him to come back even hungrier and even more dominant. MVP voters would have sent a clear message. No one is untouchable, and every season is a fresh canvas. For baseball itself, it could shift the whole narrative. Perhaps we start valuing all-around excellence, defense, base running, clutch moments, as much as power and fame. PCA winning would show the voters still care about the little things, the grind, the heart of the game. And maybe, just maybe, it will remind us all why we fell in love with baseball in the first place. So now it's your turn. Who's your MVP? The Hollywood superstar with the towering homers, or the blue-collar hero rewriting the rules? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real, passionate takes on baseball's biggest battles. We'll be here watching every pitch with you.